Alright, I'm going to try to explain this to you in a nutshell and give you as much information as I can. There's way more to it than what I'm going to tell you here. What I'm going to do is tell you that basically there's two kinds of people. Basically, you know, from one, there are extremes in between, but you've got the people that are all nicey nice all the time. No matter what the horse does, they always try to convince him nicey nice. And then you got the other extreme where it's, you do as I say, always physical, and their physical never gets to as soft as a horse can be soft-wise. And then the other part of it is, you know, we all love horses because they have energy. That's what we love about a horse, they have energy. The other thing is that you don't understand about horses is your own source of energy. Whether you know how to control it or not, which most people don't, your energy comes from your center. Basically your belly button. So I'll describe this best I can to help you understand how a horse feels when you don't know how to control your energy. You just imagine this was a shotgun right here, and I got you people sitting there, right? And I got the muzzle of the gun pointed right at you, you know, and I start putting shells in this thing, you know, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell this thing works, and the muzzle's going over here and over there. Everybody in the crowd there would be, holy crap, that freaking guy doesn't know how to, he knows nothing about guns. You people would all be on the floor. But if you were around somebody that knew how to handle a gun, made sure the muzzle was pointed in a safe direction, always pointed it over here, or always pointed it over there, or up here, made sure that the gun was empty, and actually know the difference. Say I took the barrel off of this shotgun, now I could actually face you. You wouldn't feel in any danger, right? Because you know that gun, it's not even attached to the rest of it. There's no possible way that it can work. So this is what you have to learn how to do. Control your energy. Watch out where you point your belly button, because it has a lot of effect on a horse. So the other part of this is getting a horse to pay attention to what direction your energy is going. So I don't send the horse anywhere. I want that horse to understand the best place you can be is with me. That's it. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't do anything when the horse leaves, well, there's no difference. You're just as nicey nice when the horse is here as when he's away over there. So I use energy and let him know that the closer he is to me, the better his energy, better my energy will be. And then I actually know how to relax and point my gun in a safe direction. It's not, when you learn how to control your energy, you can point it right at the horse. Because like I said, it's like having just the barrel off of the shotgun. There's nothing to worry about. There's no way that thing can go off. So if he pays attention to you all the time, there's nothing to worry about. So, and you know, there's two kinds of energy here. There's a little bit of a breeze, but you know, there's energy from this, and there's this energy. So you got to get the horse to the point where he pays more attention to this energy than this energy. And when you can get a horse to do that, this energy won't bother him unless this energy changes. So I'll try to show you that. And this horse, I haven't done anything with. I mean, I saddle him up, but the first thing I do when I get a horse here, I open the barn doors. I take the halter and lead rope off him. I groom them. I saddle them with no halter or lead rope on them. They are free to leave me anytime they want. But if they do and they come out here, I use energy And because of the shape of my arena, doesn't have square corners, where I push my energy will cause that, it will cause certain things to happen. So you have to learn how to where, the horse is going to see where I'm going. Because I'm going to use this bag to increase my energy. Because we don't have the amount of energy that horses have. So I use this, but it's not directed at the horse. So I'll show you, and part of what I mean when I say when a horse will pay attention to your focus and your intent instead of worrying about this. So like I said, I haven't done anything, and this will probably bother them. So I don't put them online and desensitize them to this. They get desensitized to this by watching where I go and how much this thing moves, or what my intention is. When a horse will look at my intention, my focus, he won't worry about this. So I'll tell you this. Pay attention to where the horse's nose is. The better that horse's nose stays connected to your belly button, the better off you are. So this is not where you start with this horse. And this is certainly not a horse you would start with. Because believe me, you start messing with a horse like this, you better know what the hell you're doing. You better know all the weight shifts of a horse and what happens before what happens. Because if he reacts and explodes, which he may, you'll get kicked. Because of what bothers a horse. And when they're truly free, all their anxieties will come out. So right now this horse is at a point in training where I put the saddle on him. Because he has some, all horses, or a lot of horses, may have some anxiety about the cinch. Even when the first time I saddled him, when he's free, and he has the option to voice his opinion, because of how everybody else has done it to him before, when I started snugging up the cinch, and I wasn't going crazy or anything, but he felt that cinch coming around his belly. His first thought was, I'm free and I'm going to let you know what I think about it. And he turned to kind of say, hey, you keep doing that, I'm going to bite you. And I said, don't worry, pay attention to my intention. I just used my elbow to block his nose if it turned too much. And just pay attention to me. I understand this bothers you. I will not suck it up tight like everybody else has. I'm going to put it slower depending on what you tell me. And don't worry about it. So, what I've been working on this horse is kind of the approach. So like I said, there's two kinds of energy here. There's the bag, right? So I'm working on the approach. Deal with the approach. Pay attention where my focus is. So right now, I teach him to greet at the withers. Even though I've done this, but because the saddle's there and the cinch is on, he's gonna have some anxieties there. But my focus goes to the withers. So when I go to greet him on one side, if I greet him on this side, I greet him with my left hand up. I get strong focus on the withers right in front of the saddle pad. And I keep my focus there. So I got the camera set up purposely this way because the majority of the horses are out there and I got nobody to videotape, so the camera's set. It's set. So you can't follow the horse. So if he goes out of view here, I'm screwed. So I set it up this way because more than likely if he leaves, he'll leave in that direction because that's where the horses are. He's going to say, that's my safe place. So I just let the energy, so even if the energy moves like this from here to here, I want him to watch, where's that energy going? It's not going at him. And my focus is just over here. So he shouldn't worry about it. So I'll go in here and I'll approach on this side. And you watch, I just get a strong focus on there. And part of this is learning how to just stop. You don't actually have to touch the horse. if he shows me anxieties, in other words, in the sense, if he can't quite keep his nose towards my belly button and watch where my intent is going, he's already telling me he's going to leave. So when he has a thought of leaving, I just stop. And by me stopping, I'm telling him, that's not what I want. Because he knows that when I stop, that's a good thing. So if you, like I say, this separation, if I stop, you better pay attention that I'm stopped. If you keep going, you're going to get in trouble because the separation is getting farther. The best place for you to be is with me. So if I stop, you better stop too. That's why these horses will learn to stop without using your reins. If you just learn to stop your energy, the horse will stop. So I'm going to do that. So I just stop. I just stop. If he has a tendency to let go, I keep my focus there, like I'm going to touch you. And then when I stop, see, he stops. So then I just drop my hand. That's energy. I just drop it. Put your gun in a safe direction. Point your gun at the ground. So I do it again. So I saw, okay, so he's showing me this side, so I'll go to this side. Watch his nose. You see, he's way more nervous on his his right side. He's an X-race horse, you know, so everything he's done has been on the left. Left lead all the time, left handle on the left. So he's real freaky on the right, but the right is way easier to fix because he's unsure on that side, but he really doesn't carry a lot of anxieties on that side. So after a while, I just don't leave. I watch what happens. See how he put his head down? That's just him being able to deal. Understand when the horse is okay. He says, I'm about ready to deal with this. Yeah, he moved off a little bit. You don't worry about that. It's part of learning when you can actually just not leave and when you can stay there and move right on. So one thing I wouldn't do is flip-flop from side to side. I'd ask the horse how to, stay on one side. See? So there was two kinds of energy there. And that's one thing you watch out with this kind of horse. See, they get so focused on what you're doing, the breeze came up a little bit, it flapped the bag down low. He was so focused on what I was doing that he wasn't absorbing everything else around him. This is a lot what humans are doing. They get so focused on what they're doing, they're not absorbing everything else. So that's kind of what bothers him now. See, he gets so focused on my intent that if something else happens close by, see, so that's him reacting. I just stopped. See, he didn't go anywhere. He reacted, yes, but he didn't go anywhere. He realized the fact that I didn't do anything. So I always invite him back in. So I'll move along a little bit faster and make this shorter. I really should get that better, but he understands enough of the separation thing to not be taken off. Go into a thinking mode come back to me. So now I'm going to use the bag with the intent that I just want to rub him. Is he ready for it? No, not really. But that's okay. Because like I said in a lot of them, it's just catching. What are you going to do if I just don't go anywhere? If he continues to go, I will do something about it. But if he reacts and then goes, oh, that's never a good thing, because when he reacts, the separation becomes a thing. And he knows being close to me is where you want to be. So if I look at his withers, like I want to touch him with the bag, and I'm going to do it on his most difficult side. So I'm going to say, no, I want your nose over here. And I'm going to say, I want to touch you with the bag over there. So what does he do? See where his nose went? His nose went to the bag. So what's more important to him? It's this. It's not this. So if we'll do this side, then I'll go, I'm gonna touch you with the bag at the withers. And I'll just drop the energy of the bag. So I let him know, just come over here. Everything's good over here. So I'll do this side. See where his nose is now? Yes, he's aware of the energy, but he's also aware of where my focus is. So I'll drop that energy and just let him absorb that. So if I look at the withers and I go, well, let me touch you with that. So he's drifting out of view. So I get him to come back in even with the bag up here. I say, hey, come here. So he understands this, and even though the bag's out in front of me. So I'll look at his withers again, and I say, I'm going to touch you with this bag. So even if the wind comes up, I want him paying more attention to this. And because his nose is tipping farther away, it's probably going to be trouble. It might not. And I'll just drop the energy. And then I'll go in and rub him. But see, he's already bracing back. So I don't keep going in fast. I just stop. See, just me doing this bugs him out. But this energy is shut off. Then I watch his nose. When he gets a little more relaxed and everything, it should be okay. So that's really all there is to it. And after a while, I could do this faster and faster and go in with my intent, and I'll actually let the bag touch him. See, so he moved off. He's right here. See, he realized the fact that I stopped. Come on, let's go over here more. So if I point my energy over here, this is what I want. I want your nose over here, because this is my direction. I don't really have to do anything. I don't do any of this hide your hiney crap or anything like that no more. I talk like a mare does. You ever watch a mare move around the horses? She uses her nose. So I use my hand like my nose, like a horse's nose, and I go, hey, I'm going over here. You probably either ought to go with me, depending on what I'm suggesting, or you better move things out of my way. So I'll go in here again. But see, my focus is right there. I want him paying more attention to where my focus is and what my intent is than anything. And my energy. So even if I turn here, I want him paying attention to this energy here. Even though the breeze is blowing that bag around. But see, if he's focused on this and I do this, see, he's more focused on this right now. This movement didn't bother him, did it? See? When a horse will learn to pay more, see, put his head down, he's becoming more comfortable with it. So I don't have to desensitize him to it. I could actually drop this down, put it back up, and see, I don't know if you can still see him, but he only moved about 10 feet. Because I'm stopped. So when a horse becomes in tune with your energy, you'll be way safer. You won't have to use anything except for this. So you have to learn how to control this. So I'll go there again. And I'll play with this. I'll rub them a lot better now. See, I'm just relaxed and I'm rubbing them pretty good now. But, like I said, if you drop the energy down and you put it back up, what happens? See, a lot less reaction there. You should be able to still see them there. So I look there and I go, well, I just want to put that damn thing there and rub you with it. So I don't have to desensitize him. He's getting desensitized to it on his own. But he's got to be paying more attention to this than this. So as long as he will just move off and not go into a big panic and actually look at that energy and say, that wasn't so bad. Horses learn to get smarter and braver. Pay attention to my intention. See, when I drop the bag and I move the energy off, see, dropping the bag didn't scare him or anything. He actually goes, where's that energy going? So horses learn to assess energy. Don't freak out about it just because a dang thing. If he freaked out, he certainly would have done this. His head would have done this and he would have got out of dodge, which he would have done before. So they learn to assess energy. Watch for my energy. See, I teach them, you come to me. This is where the good energy is here. So as long as your horse stays focused on this, instead of this, it's just playing with energy. So you didn't get me see me do anything with him, but he's past that state. I'm not going to do anything. If he goes right into a thinking mode, I'm not going to do anything. It'll be about 20 or 30 feet. If they get to 30 feet, they're gone. They're going to do it shorter and shorter increments all the time. So you get to know when that horse is, how much energy he uses when he leaves, whether or not you have to do anything about it. So no, my energy didn't change. All I did was suggest to him, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. So he knows, oh, you better get closer to Bill. So I changed my focus as to where I'm going. As long as he'll stay key with my focus and my energy, he will stay.